So, hey guys, I've been thinking for a while, how can I loop NecroFace with Ariseheart? So, there's obvious synergy between these two cards, and there are pretty hefty downsides. So, if you guys have seen it, uh, previously I've done this FTK one time and one time only. So, the basic idea of the FTK was that it was, for the most part, a 2K or 2 card FTK that has RNG. Because if I don't hit the NecroFace off the top, it's just not going to happen. So the idea is pretty simple. We're going to want to ideally open a Solitaire, and then the Solitaire will then go into a tuner zombie with specifically 0 defense, so we go into uni zombie, and of course it's not negated. And the idea is for us to open like unicorn or a 1-card starter, maybe 2-card. It doesn't really matter too much to me, but basic idea here, we'll open unicorn, special summon unicorn, go through the entirety of the cash combo, and then when we have Ariseheart on the field, we'll normal summon the Solitaire effect. That'll give 1 more material to the Ariseheart. We'll have a uni zombie now, and then we'll send the NecroFace, and then that will trigger Ariseheart again to grab another material. And also we can attach NecroFace here, and in an ideal world, we banish the second NecroFace. And I mean, we go through a lot of cards, so there's a little bit higher odds. It's not like 35 cards. It's something like we probably have like 30 cards, I think, left in main. So we banish 5 off the top. So there's like, I don't know, small chance to banish this, I guess. But all right, so that happens, and now let's assume we banish the NecroFace off the top. Now we have NecroFace and NecroFace attached to Ariseheart, and here we can banish the uni zombie, and this will banish for our opponent 20 cards from their main deck, and of course we'll be able to attach both copies of NecroFace onto our Ariseheart once again. So the next turn we should be able to activate Ariseheart again to banish, and then that will banish 10 more cards from our opponent's main deck once again. So the only reason I was able to do this as an FTK was because I had an insane high roll. That's about it, and it was actually barely enough to deck out my opponent turn 1. It was a real struggle. That is to say, not even remotely 1% consistent. Yeah. So I was thinking about a bunch of different things regarding Ariseheart, and I realized a little bit ago, wait a second, there is a way to utilize this now. And the card that enables all of this, Nightmare Mermaid, not Goblin. I don't even know what this really enables, but boom, now we have Nightmare Mermaid. And then we'll grab, I don't know, Nightmare Phoenix, I guess. Sure. Whatever's fine. And then we'll need copies of Orcus Nightmare. But basic idea here is we're going to grab the Danger package. And we're probably not going to need the kashtira unicorns here, but alright. We have our copies of Danger Nessie. We'll need a copy of Chupacabra this time around. And we won't be running Mothman. We'll go 2-2 like this. And we'll grab, I guess, reinforcement of the army. And this should work, I guess. And it also is especially nice here because kashtira Ariseheart is also a dark. So even if we activate like Orcus Nightmare effect, we can still summon kashtira Ariseheart here. So the idea here, of course, is that we're going to use Dark Grepher to kind of go into the Ariseheart here. So the idea here is we're going to special summon Dark Grepher by sending Danger Nessie, and then Danger Nessie will be able to add Danger Jackalope to our hand. And then we can do a Foolish Burial of a dark monster from our deck to the graveyard. And in this case, I would probably want to send Jackalope. So we'll send Jackalope. And then here, we're going to send, specifically, I want to send Zephyros. So then, on our field, we will special summon from our deck the Chupacabra. And then Chupacabra will be returned to our hand with the effect of Zephyros to special summon the Zephyros. And then from here, we're going to then XYZ summon Dugaris using our Dark Refer and our Zephyros, keeping in mind that this does not take up our normal summon. So that's a pretty powerful combo, I guess. So then we go effect of Dugaris to special summon the Dark Refer from our graveyard. And we'll do that. And then we can do Dark Refer's effect to send the Danger Chupacabra. And then we'll Foolish Burial another guy. Who is that guy? I don't remember. I don't remember if I've calculated that far, but we'll figure it out. But whoever we Foolish Burial will work that out later. But anyways, when we send Chupacabra, that will trigger to bring back Danger Nessie. And then, oh, I remembered. I think it might be Destrudo. But we'll think a little bit harder on this to see if it really should be Destrudo. But if we go ahead and then we wait, actually I think, yeah, it was supposed to be Necroface at this point. Yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. Probably. I think we can still make Ariseheart. We'll figure it out in a second, I guess. But all right. So right now we'll have Danger Nessie that we brought back, and we have Dark Refer on the field alongside Dugaris. Here we can go like Nightmare Phoenix, I guess, using Dark Refer and the Dugaris to make Nightmare Phoenix, I guess, and then we can make Mermaid. I guess, right? Mermaid using the Nightmare Phoenix. And then we can special summon the Orcus Nightmare. And right now we're going to be 1/7 off, right? So if we activate this summons Nightmare, discard a card in hand. We probably have cards, I guess, since this was just a 2-card combo so far. So then we would special summon, I guess. I think we go like Nightmare Send Harp. And then we would go, I believe it's, yeah, Nightmare sends, or yeah, Nightmare sends Harp, Harp summon Girsu. Girsu will then allow us to special summon the Orcus Nightmare again, because we're going to send the World one. And we're still only at 2/7s, which is a little bit awkward to what I want. Yeah, not quite there. We can also put the guys into the graveyard, I guess, using the Mermaid here. So as a 2-card combo, this doesn't quite get there, right? If we send the NecroFace, we can't make the Ariseheart, I guess. If we send the Destrudo instead, I'm pretty certain we can make a Ariseheart like this. Not 100% certain, but I think there's a pretty good chance we'd be able to. So, well, I mean, as a 2-card combo with just Dark Refer Danger Nessie, I don't see like an immediate way to get us there, unless we have one more card. But if we have the one extra card here, what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be making the Ariseheart, and then we're going to be able to make, alongside the Ariseheart, we're going to be making SP. And SP has a really disgusting kind of effect right here. This card is link summoned using a Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Link monster's material, so we could technically use Dugaris for this, for example, or Galatea, or we can use Dingirsu, doesn't super matter. We're going to be able to then target one card on the field or in either graveyard, banish it, and the card we're choosing here, of course, is going to be NecroFace, and then the NecroFace will be attaching to our Ariseheart. So this is also not going to be really an FTK. That's not really the aim of this. But one of the issues with the previous thing where we were using Unizombie to kind of send the NecroFace, I realized a while ago there was a bit of an issue, we'll say. So yeah, I decked myself out because if turn 3 I banish like 30 cards. Here's a small hint: if I'm playing at 40 cards, I have 0 cards in the main deck, and if my opponent passes, I lose because I have no cards left to draw. But yeah. If, however, we were playing Orchest, this actually changes things. So we're going to be constantly bashing cards here, and the idea is we're going to be playing a bigger Orchest engine. So I'll build that in a bit, I guess. But the idea here is, because we're playing the Orchest cards actually have a really nice recycling effect. So specifically, we'll go with these 3. So we have Kashtira here. You can target 3 of your banished machine monsters, shuffle them into the deck, and if you do, the attack defense of any linked monsters your opponent currently controls becomes 0. Also, their effects are negated. So this doesn't really matter. But Kashtira can essentially recycle 3 banished machine monsters, and in fact, what's funny is we can actually recycle a banished Ariseheart. Just not sure if that's really relevant, but we sure can. With Longirsu, we can shuffle back some guys here as well, and Galatea here also. And because of this, that means we never have to worry about decking out with NecroFace again. So even if I banish everything, like from my deck, as long as I activate like Galatea perhaps in the end phase to shuffle back, we should be golden, and we should have 1 card in deck, and then next turn I can Galatea recycle a different card. And then we can just keep doing that essentially. And we should never deck out from NecroFace. And we should be able to hit our opponent with a NecroFace deck out. That is kind of the idea behind this list. And I think the ratios for this are like 3 Girsu, so right now we have no like super important normal summons, I don't think. And then Heart 3. The Crescendo I don't really care too much about. I believe we also do want Spatter, so there is the idea of us recycling Crescendo with the Spatter or any of our Orchest spell traps. If we really need to, we can. So let's make sure we have the right ratios real quick. Yep, seems good. We're just not going to play Return. And then we'll grab Dispatter. In Girsu, kind of forgot about him. And technically, we should be able to do this as well, right? Verte. And we'll throw in some of these guys for fun, I guess. This is actually a dragon, so we can send that for Red Eyes Fusion if we want. So, Red Eyes Fusion, Dragoon, and then grabbing the Dark Magician. And technically the other variation of this is we can, instead of going for like an Ariseheart, we can still instead go ahead and try to make Red Eyes Flare Metals instead, which we can totally do with these guys. So that is another idea. And I think we might want IP. I don't remember if we for sure want IP, but I mean, might as well. Alright. So this is fairly consistent if we put in copies of Small World, I guess. And then we just figure out what we do with the rest of our extra decks, space, main deck, and then we just fine tune the ratios a bit. But if we open 1 additional card, just any dark monster, I believe, we can probably make the Ariseheart into SP. I mean, I haven't calced out the line to know for sure if we can or cannot do this with absolute certainty. So pretty awkward. But one really cool thing about this line is that Destrudo, even if we send the Destrudo as part of our Dark Grepher combo here, Dark Grepher has this effect here where displaces the card on the bottom of the deck if it leaves the field, so we always have it as a target for the dragon to make Dragoon with Red Eye's Fusion. Use this guy, even if we send it to the graveyard, it will eventually make its way back into the main deck. So I think that is pretty cool. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And if you guys want to see me complete this list or really fine tune it, let me know in the comments below, and I may or may not do it. I'm not sure. I mean, I'll probably finish this up at some point. But of course, the idea of Disbatter here is that we can level adjust, and we have 7s here, so we could make the Disbatter, and Disbatter can special summon back a Banish like Orcus Nightmare, which we can just additionally more or less throw into this combo, I guess. Not 100% sure what other like small amount of juice we're missing here, because I feel like this deck list is close but not quite there. So still kind of have to work that out. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.